So, hey Dean, how do I get my music on Spotify? That's a question I've got actually quite a few times since opening this small studio about 4 years ago. I've had students ask me, I've had artists or clients ask me, I've even had friends ask because they're just curious, like, hey, how'd you get your song on iTunes or any of the major platforms? And it's especially the new artists who are just writing and recording and releasing music for the first time. And it's not rocket science, but it's definitely helpful to have someone who's done it before just show you how to do it. So the first thing to note is you can't actually upload your music to a major distribution platform as an individual, meaning I can't go to Spotify and be like, hey, I've got a song, can you put it on Spotify? That's not really the way it works. So what you have to do is you have to go through what's called a distribution company. One like DistroKid, CD Baby, TuneCore, there's a lot of them out there. They take your music and they get it onto the major streaming and purchasing platforms. So some of these companies charge per upload, meaning every single or album you upload, you get charged a certain fee. Other companies do it by an annual fee basis. And the company that I have used since 2018, since opening this studio, is DistroKid. I like DistroKid because it's an annual fee, and for $19.99, you can upload unlimited songs throughout the course of the year, and it's still just that $19.99. So let's hop onto the computer and I'm gonna show you how to upload a song to all of the major platforms. So to upload your music on DistroKid, it's really easy. First of all, you'll sign up and create an account. And if you use my studio's promo code, you'll actually save 7%, and I'll put the link in the description for that. I obviously already have an account, and so I'm gonna switch over here, and all I have to do is go to the upload tab. And then you'll get to this page. And one of the biggest things is right here up top. You simply choose which platforms you want your music to be on or not to be on if you don't want it to be on one of those platforms. Then you can go on down, you can choose the number of songs you want to do. Is this an album? Is this a single? Then you move on down. Was it previously released? No. Then of course you'll type in your artist or band name. For me, that's just my actual name, but you might have an artist name that you go by and you can type that in here. Then next you can set the release date for the song. If you leave it on today's date, then it's just gonna release it as soon as possible, or you can release it anywhere down the line. Then we'll come on down. Do you want to make this available for pre-order or not? So next there's this option to enter your record label. And for most of us, we don't have a record label, so you can enter whatever you like. If you have the DistroKid starter plan, I don't think you have this option, so it'll just say DistroKid Records or something like that automatically, so don't worry about it. Then we'll move down to your album cover. They give you the specs for it right here. All you do is click here. You can go into your files and look for the picture that you want as your album or your single cover. So let's say this is my thumbnail. I'm gonna hit choose for upload. And then since my image isn't square, I'm gonna move that around until I get the exact image that I want. I like that rainbow, so I'm gonna leave it right there. And we're gonna move on down. You see a few more things like your primary genre. For this song, it is pop, and we can select a sub-genre, a second genre. I'm gonna call it Christian gospel. And then you have your song title. And so here I'm gonna type Blinded by the Light. And then they leave notes for you down here about features, about cover songs, about how to actually write that in the song correctly in a way that music stores will accept. And then of course you're gonna move on down to choose file. And this is where you're gonna grab your WAV file if you have it. So you're gonna go and get that song. So in my case, I'm choosing Blinded by the Light, my actual WAV file. This would be your master. If you've had it mastered, you'll hit choose for upload, and you can see that song file is now right here. You go down and say, did you write this or did another artist write it? And then down here, this is where you put your real name. So even if you have an artist name or a band name, you need to put your actual name in here. So if it comes down to it in a court of law, and then you can click down here if you co-wrote it with someone else, if there's multiple writers on that song. Is there anything explicit? Is this a radio edit? For most of us recording at home, we don't have radio edits. Is it an instrumental or does it have lyrics? Then down here, this is the preview clip to your song, and you can let the streaming services decide, or you can click down here and actually tell it when you want the song to start or stop. Then you scroll on down and you can choose the track price on iTunes. I always put it at $1.29 because for me on originals and a lot of the artists that I'm working with, we don't have big budgets for this. We're doing this all from home. It's handcrafted, and so we love the little extra support. And then there's several optional items. I'm not gonna go through those today. You can read those in your own time. I don't need to read them to you. Then lastly, you go through the mandatory checkboxes. You need to make sure that you sign off on all of these things, and then you simply hit done. And once you've done that, you should see that song show up here. I didn't actually hit publish, so you won't see it. But then over time, as it publishes, you can go look at the stats, see how many streams, how many plays, how many purchases that song is getting, and it's that easy. So if you wanna upload your music to Spotify and all of the major platforms, and that's the exact way I have done it for the last 4 years. And if you were here in the studio as one of my students or one of my clients, this is exactly what I would be showing you. So if you're interested in publishing your music through DistroKid and you wanna use my studio's link to do it, then check the description and I will leave the link there. So I hope that answers your questions of how in the world you get your music onto the major platforms. And if you're someone who is writing, recording, producing, and releasing from home, and you wanna grow in that craft, then I would love for you to stick around because that's what this channel is all about. So this has been your big bro in the studio, Dean, and I will catch you in the next video.